Happy Monday. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. My name is Lauren. I'm 44 years old. I love teaching easy makeup tips and tricks for women with maturing skin because let's be honest, our skin changes as we age. So I'm 44, like I said. This live is going to be the do's and don'ts of makeup application as we age. I feel like I could do like 10 parts on this. So if you like this one, make sure that when I post this, you give me a like. My dogs might go crazy because this is real life over here. I've got a puppy in the background, so we'll see how this goes. Here's the deal. As we age, our skin changes, right? So maybe the makeup application that you're doing before, it's stopped working for you. You have more texture, you have more fine lines, you have redness. So I'm gonna show you some really easy tweaks that you can make to your normal routine to make your makeup fun again. Because let's be honest, that's why I wear makeup, it's fun for me, it's a creative expression. If you love what you're doing, then bypass this video. This is just if you are like kind of struggling and not loving how things are going. So as I do this, ask questions. I would love, love, love to answer them. So I'm gonna pull back my hair. You can do this with any makeup. Hi Sandy, how are you? You can do this with any makeup. I'm using my One Compact makeup. If you've been here for a while, you know I love this makeup. It is a cream-based makeup and it's all in one palette. This is the one I was traveling with, so it's a little empty all over, but we're gonna make it work. And then I'm gonna be using a lot of different brushes. I will link all the products here, so when I do post this, you can comment match, and I will send you everything you need to know. Okay, so. Hi Kathy, how are you from the UK? Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get started on eyebrows first. So I think one thing that we do with eyebrows is we make it way more complicated than they need to be as we mature. So as we mature, we might have sparseness on the brows. You can see right here, I have a lot of sparseness on the front of my brow. And then also our brows can look too blocky or too heavy because we're using too dark of a color. There's a lot of things that we kind of go overboard with when we're doing our makeup. My dog is eating balloons in the background. This could be interesting. The first thing I'm going to suggest is you use some kind of eye pen. L'Oreal has a great one. This one is by Eye Method. It's on Amazon. Like I said, I will link all of these. What I like about this is that it's very fine tip. See how small that is? And then on the other side, Indy, no. On the other side, there are these two prongs. So if you're someone who either overplucked in the 90s or you're just losing brow hair, which is totally normal, this is going to be a really good type of pen for you. And you can get them in all different shades. So this is gonna be my don't side, this is gonna be my do side. I'm not gonna go, Indy, no. I'm not gonna go crazy on, can you guys not hear me? Let me know if you can't hear me. Someone's telling me no sound. I just don't wanna keep going if you can't hear me. Can you give me a thumbs up if you can hear me? I'll just wait for a minute. Hopefully you can hear me. It says my sound is on. Okay, you can hear me. Thank you, Jennifer. Okay, thank you, Haley. If you can't hear me, you need to just go out of the app and come back and it will help. Thank you so much. Okay, let's get back to brows. So thank you guys so much. I like to start, like I said, this is gonna be my don't side, this is my do side. I'm not gonna go crazy on the brows on my don't side, but I am gonna just show you what I would do. So I like to take a clear brow gel. This one is from Benefit. Like I said, you can use anything. And we're just gonna brush the brows into some kind of form. Thank you guys so much for letting me know that you can hear me. So we're just gonna brush the brows up. The reason I like to do that is one, it's gonna take the shape that we kind of have, and it's also gonna hold them in place. Then I'm gonna take this pen. Now, the don't side would be like using an eyeshadow, using a thick eyeliner or brow like pencil. That's too thick if you're going more sparse on the brows. So I'm gonna show you on this brow because it's more sparse than this one, just what I would do. I would take a pen like this and I would just kind of hold it, and you can kind of just start by painting on little brow strokes. This is gonna look more natural. Now, if you even wanted more of a natural look, going in and using the two prong is going to just help you fill in the brow. See how that's looking more natural? It's not looking heavy. That is what we wanna do when we're thinking of our brows. Following the natural shape of the brows, but just filling in the places that we start going a little sparse. I have the lightest pen. My brows, this is like the color, I don't even know what color this is. Brown, it's just in the shade brown. So I'm just following the shape of my brow, and you can see where I have sparseness, and I'm just filling it in. I'm going lighter. If you go darker, that can also make you look a little bit older. And then when I get down to the edge of the brow, instead of bringing it past the edge of my eye, I'm literally going to just kind of take it. I'm actually gonna use the other side. I'm gonna take it and I'm just gonna kind of swoop up just a little bit. And that's gonna start lifting the eye and giving that illusion. What a lot of us do, because our hands, we get a little heavy-handed, which is totally normal. Sorry, I'm trying to get this, is we take our brow and we start filling in this tail, but we start bringing it down too low. See how that's starting to make the corner of my eye start to droop? We don't want to bring this down. So this is my do and my don't side. Okay, this is my don't, this is my do. If you are just joining, this is gonna bring the eye down, coming out just a little bit on the outer corner. Nothing crazy, is gonna bring the eye up. Okay, so using a pin like this is my #1 tip. If you have sparse brows, if you overplucked, if they're not growing back, just filling this in. This is my don't, this is my do. I'm not gonna go heavy. Using a brow pencil, using eyeshadow, that's gonna make it look a little bit more heavy, so I like this pin for a more natural look, okay? Basically, as we age, we're trying to be more natural. We're trying to work with the features that we have without putting on so much makeup. We need less makeup as we age, okay? So next tip is going to be concealer. I already have my foundation on, so I don't have concealer on. I like to actually put my concealer on after my bronzer and my blush and things like that, but just for demonstration, I wanna show you. So I'm gonna use a concealer on this side. This is my don't side, like I said. So as we age, right, we get more puffiness, we get more bags, we get discoloration. So if you take, oh, sorry, the pen I'm using is Eye Method. L'Oreal has a brand new one that's really great. There's a lot of different ones. This one's very cheap on Amazon, I believe. I will link these. I will put this on my page, but this is really, really cool. I'm telling you, it's a game changer since I found a brow pen. Okay, with concealer, going too light under the eye. This is my don't side, and really just bringing it under the eye. That's gonna do absolutely nothing for your eye, okay? Let me tell you why. Bright colors are gonna pop everything forward. And if you are popping everything forward as we mature, what are you popping forward? You're popping forward your bags, you're popping forward your under eye wrinkles, and we just don't want that, okay? So if I was to blend this out, first of all, it's gonna be super bright, and if I have discoloration, it's going to do nothing for my eye. It's literally just popping everything forward. That's all concealer does, is it's bringing forward and brightening. We don't want to do that under the eye. You can already see, you can see how that hollow and just bags, and then if I get really close, you can see all those wrinkles. That's just bringing everything out. So instead, what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna show you this, and you can do this with anything, like I said, you're just gonna bring brightness here. You're gonna bring it into the hollow of the nasal, what is that called? Nasal labial folds, is that right? And then I like to bring it right here, up to the temple. That's gonna lift. I like to bring it here and here. If you put your concealer in these areas, one, you're gonna help with any hollowing that happens as we age, and two, you're gonna get a nice, bright, lifted look. So instead of heavy under the eye, I'm going to take this out and I'm gonna blend that lighter color. This is about 1-2 shades lighter than my normal foundation color. And I'm gonna keep it really focused in those areas that I placed it, and you're gonna see that that's gonna brighten, and it's going to kind of help with any type of hollowing that we have too. I like to bring this down the nose. The inner corner is where we get really dark, we get a lot of discoloration there, and we hollow. And so adding a brighter color is gonna pop that forward, and then also taking the concealer at the edge of the eye and pulling upwards and into this area right here. We hollow really badly right there. So if you see a younger makeup artist taking something right in here and you do that with contour, you're gonna make your head, you're gonna look like Skeletor. It's gonna bring it in. We wanna pop it out, so that's why we're putting the concealer there and we're bringing it up into that area. You can already see the fullness on this face, on this side of the face. And then I always love to put a little bit of concealer right here, because if I have blush or if I have contour, if I have bronzer, it's just gonna clean everything up and it's gonna plump up that area where we're already hollowing. So using your concealer in a different way than maybe we were taught, it's going to plump the area. Look at the difference there. I don't look dead. I don't look like I have all these fine lines and wrinkles, and I also look a lot more plump. Can we see that? If you have discoloration, that's another, I will do a part 2, but you can go in and correct the discoloration and then brighten. If you also have like more bags, or you hollow, even adding a little concealer right there, but not coming up underneath the eye. So I am putting the concealer under the eye, just like here, but I'm using what's left on the brush. I'm not applying it exactly onto the fine lines and wrinkles. I personally, I like to put on my foundation, my contour, my blush, my bronzer, and then my concealer. But for this purpose, I already have foundation on. So it's going on after. My puppy is crazy right now. So you're gonna hear a lot of that, and I'm so sorry. I'm gonna apologize now. Okay, so there's the difference there. I've brightened, I've plumped, I've made this side of my face look a little bit more youthful. This one, it's just highlighting things I don't wanna see, okay? So next, let's talk blush. You've seen me probably do some blush placement type of things before, but I just wanna show you how simple it is and how it can change your face. So we're gonna use a brighter blush for this just so you can see for demonstration. I do not apply foundation around the eyes, just concealer, or I color correct. So if I wake up and I have like more dark circles, I will color correct, and then I will come in with my concealer. Oh, I'm so glad this is helpful. These are great questions. Keep asking. I love this. Okay, so we're gonna use, just for purpose of being able to see it, I'm gonna use this really bright pink color, and I'm just gonna show you the difference. Okay, so you don't wanna place your blush. You can, I guess I shouldn't say don't. Use your face always as a roadmap, and I just wanna make sure I say that, but if you are hollowing and you don't have the roundness that our face once had, this side is not gonna be the one you wanna do. But a lot of us, we smile, and we place this blush, and then we drop, and then it's gonna drop down. Makes our face come down. So instead, what I suggest is you can do it different ways. You can go like this, you can go like this, you can take it from the edge of your eye, but you're just going to put it a little higher on the cheek than we're used to. Oh good, I'm glad you can hear me now. Okay, so lifted, this is gonna be more full. A lot of us are hollowing, so if you're putting it on the more full way, you're just gonna get like, you're just not gonna get what you're going for, which is a more lifted look. So if you go like this and apply your blush just like we used to, a lot of us take it up too high, we take it up too low when we're placing it right here. It looks fine, right? It's okay. But what I like to do is I like to come up here for a more lifted look, and I like to blend it up, even around the eyes, to get that nice lifted look that we once had when we were younger, right? Can we see the difference there? This is pulling it up. This is just giving me more fullness right here. So it really is what you are going for when you are applying your makeup. You want to use your face. I have very full cheeks, so if I put my blush right here, see how that accentuates that, which is great if you love that look. But what I want to do is I really want to make a more lifted look. So hopefully just you can see just how I'm using my face in different ways to get two different looks. Okay, let's talk eyeshadow, okay? So most of us were taught to take your fluffy eyeshadow brush. We're just gonna use this color right here. This is called Chai. You can use anything, but I don't wanna use anything too dark just to demonstrate. Now, the thing with our eyes as we age, right? I have very deep set eyes, but I am starting to hood. So a hooded eye is when this part of your eye kind of sags over or droops down onto the lid and you don't have the lid space. Some of us are born with hooded eyes, and some of us as we age, which is very natural, this starts becoming more loose and it starts coming down over the eye. So you lose your lid space. So if you're putting your eyeshadow on the same way as before, you're just not going to see it. So a lot of us were taught, like, go right into that fold of the eye and apply your color. Just like this, right? This is how I was taught, just like that. Okay, which is fine. That works for my eyes because I have deep set eyes. But if you have hooded eyes, when you open your eye, you are not going to see that color. And you're probably pretty frustrated and you're probably saying, I can't wear eyeshadow. So instead, what I want you to do, there's a couple options. One, you could pick a brush like this. See how this is flat and it's more dense? Or you could pick something like this. If you don't have a hooded eye, this will work. If you have a hooded eye, pick something a little smaller. A smaller tool is gonna help. And it's gonna apply more product, but you're gonna have more control because it's not fluffy. So if you go in, same color, I like to look straight ahead, and I'm gonna kind of come in. I'm gonna start above where my natural crease is. So you saw before, I came right into that crease. See how that's really accentuating right there? The texture on my eyes? Yes, I have texture on my eyes, but I don't wanna accentuate that. So I'm gonna just kind of come up, and then I'm gonna bring that almost like I'm pulling it this way. I'm pulling it towards the tail of the brow, and I'm working that color upwards, but I'm keeping it right at the edge of the eye. Now don't worry if you mess up, because if you mess up, we can clean it up with concealer, but I'm just gonna pop that onto the lid and then up. And a lot of us get really worried, look at the difference, just in that little bit. A lot of us get really worried that we're coming too close to the arch of the brow. We can fix all of that with concealer, but more than anything, if you have hooded eyes, really focus it up here. This is where we want the color to be. Can you see the difference? Just how that lifted my eye? I don't even have eyeliner on. I hardly have mascara on. So it's all about placement of where you're putting the color, okay? You can also take, if you wanted to, and you wanted to go back to that concealer that we were using, you could even take that concealer and just put it right here at the arch, just like this. Whoops, I just made a mess. I needed to sharpen that, so that just made a big mess, but we'll fix it. You can fix anything with makeup, so never be worried if you mess something up. Maybe. After I say that, I'm like, maybe, I need my towel. I need my little makeup thing. I didn't bring it. Let's see if I can get it off with this. I'm making a big mess, but look, you guys, you can fix things. I'm gonna show you. Just gonna bring that under the arch of the brow, and that will also give more of a lifted look. And then we'll fix that here. Moral of the story, make sure you sharpen your stick if you're using a concealer stick. Okay. See how that opened up the eye, just putting a little bit there. Okay, you can also, if you're someone who, you know, is applying your product, and let's say you're going like this, our hand naturally droops down. So if your eyeshadow starts drooping down here, you can do the same thing that we just did. So if you're sitting here and you're putting it on and you're trying really hard to get it where you want it, but it's going to droop, then just take your concealer, same thing, put a little dot, stay away from that fold, but put a little dot right there and just clean it up. Super easy. You guys saw me mess up, you can still clean it up. It's not, makeup isn't meant to be scary, okay? It should be very easy, and you can fix anything, okay? You can take it off. It's something that's not permanent. So there's the difference there, but you can see the difference in the lift. The eyebrow pencil is by Eye Method, and like I said, I'm gonna put this on my page. You guys, I'll link everything. All you have to do is comment match. Don't do it yet because I can't send it to you. Okay, let's see, what else? We could do, what else? Oh, powder. I want to show you this because I get a lot of questions about powder. A lot of us love powder. I'm pretty dry, so I don't usually use powder, but powder can be used in a really easy way that can make the hollows of the face look better. So I want to show you what I would not use. So I would not use something like this. You see this? It's kind of like a skin colored powder. The reason I don't like this, and I'm going to show you why, is if I was to put this under the eye, and a lot of us just kind of grab our sponge and we start just putting it under the eye, okay? So just putting it there, thinking it's going to help. If I let that sit, I'm gonna let that sit. Right now on camera, it doesn't look bad, but if you were seeing me in person, you're gonna start seeing how it's gonna start sitting. See how it's starting to crack? That's what we don't want. So what I would love to do instead, if you wanna use a powder, is go for something that's like a pink powder. Let me just put that in this lid. So something that's very, very fine and pink. This one's by Kosas. There's a lot of different ones. Then you're gonna take your sponge. This is just a triangle one, a puff, and you're just gonna put it on your hand. I'm doing this because it's going to help not only make sure that the powder is even, but I'm not gonna be applying so much onto the face. That's the key when you're putting powder on. So if you're someone who loves powder and you're finding that maybe as you're getting older it's not working the same, try doing this method. And then I'm just gonna keep it right on the edge of the nose. I'm not going to come under the eye. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna help with hollowing. So as I bring it down, I'm actually gonna even come right in here. Look how that just helped so much with hollowing. Crazy, it brightened my face. I don't have those fine lines. Look at this one. See, it's starting to crack. That's the biggest difference, is if you are finding that your powder is showing your fine lines and wrinkles, 1, make sure you're using that trick with the back of the hand. 2, use a pink powder. Use something that's gonna be more light, that's gonna be more airy, and then keep it really right in this area where we tend to hollow instead of bringing it right here. Anytime you put something under there, it's gonna make a huge mess. The other thing you can do, and did I bring it? I might not have brought it. Oh no, I don't think I brought it. I will link it though. It's a balm stick. It's so good and I love it. So if you do put powder under there and on accident it's starting to crack, you can take a balm stick, I just rub it on my finger and I just like put it underneath my eye and it will immediately like help all the fine lines, the wrinkles, the texture. So that's another thing you can use. And like I said, I will link that because I don't think I brought it out here with me. So anyways, I hope these tips helped. You can see the lift here versus this one. Simple makeup tips and tricks make a huge difference. No, I don't like using powder with a large brush. Here's why. You don't have as much control and you're gonna put way too much product on. That's why I love using something smaller like this and then really working it onto the hand before I go on. If you go in with anything too big or too fluffy, you're literally just gonna put it all over and it's going to just sit wherever you don't want it to sit. So that's why I like having more control. Same with your eyeshadow, using brushes that are smaller, especially if you have a hooded eye, that's gonna help a lot with more control. So brushes are really, really critical. If you guys want me to do a live on brushes, just let me know, but brushes are really critical in getting the right makeup look. So if you need help on tools, that's something else I can do. So, all right, I hope that was helpful. I don't wanna take too much of your time. Go ahead and like this video. Go ahead, I'm gonna post it on my page. Make sure you're following me. Comment, match, and I'll send you everything. It might take me a little bit of time to link it all, but I will get that all up there. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that my tips and my perimenopause tips are helping. I promise, literally, I will be coming out with so many more fun tips too for you. Is the pink powder good for all skin tones? I would say if you are medium to light skinned, yes. If you are not, you wanna look for something with a more peach tone. So if you have a darker skin tone, look for more peach. Kosas has beautiful, beautiful powders. I really, really like them. So, okay, hope that helped. You guys have the best Monday. Thanks for hanging out with me and I will see you guys soon. Bye.